Pocket Network nodes. Time in business, 6 months. Since September of 2021. Total supply, 970 million tokens. Token price at time of filming, 72 cents. Market cap at 72 cents at time of filming, $705 million. Total staked token supply, 651 million. Percent of total supply staked in nodes, 66.5%. Percent of tokens that are not staked, 33.4%. ROI on a pocket node, 122%. APY when you account for compounding, 143%. Now, I just want to take a quick second to thank everybody for showing up for the video, as usual. And I want you to tell me in the comments, I'm actually trying a new mic. It's a shotgun mic, but I would like to know, is the audio quality good or should I go back to my lavalier? Now, what I will say is stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you whether I am getting into the project or not and why. So please pay attention for that because I have a real opinion on this protocol and there is a solid reasoning behind it. Now, with that being said, if you get any value out of this video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, bang on that notification bell. Tell me anything that you want to see. I have no problem taking requests. That's how most of my videos get done, and I appreciate you guys telling me. So keep interacting with the channel. Now, with that being said, what is Pocket Network? So Pocket Network's currency is POKT. So this might sound like I'm trying to spit a freestyle really quick because it might rhyme, but Pocket Network is the TCP IP of Web3 node infrastructure. It's a multi-chain relay protocol that incentivizes RPC nodes to provide dApps and their users with Web3 access. Cool. Now, just note this, Web3 does actually rely very heavily on Web2 hosting services. So think like Amazon Web Services. This basically means that Web3 is paying middlemen for the infrastructure that they have in place to be able to host their networks. Pocket kind of saw this as an opportunity because Web2 hosting actually goes down a lot. We've seen it a million times with Facebook and all these other ones that will actually go down because Amazon Web Services goes down. So being reliant on those Web2 cloud hosting services is not necessarily a good thing sometimes, and it makes the networks vulnerable. So Pocket Network is essentially providing a seamless transaction in between different networks and RPC endpoints. And you can integrate directly with Pocket's JavaScript, so I think that helps a lot too. So they actually link 20 plus different networks, and we're talking Ethereum, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, all of those. And of course the POKT network, among many others. So a word of caution, POKT is actually permanently inflationary. But they're saying that the total supply should be capped through a burning mechanism. That mechanism is put in place by the DAO, the Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and that DAO controls all of the monetary policy. So basically the entire network and the economics behind the network should be governed by this DAO. So whatever, dude, how do I make money with this, right? So Pocket has its own network. So they do the same thing as Flux and Gala, where they actually reward their node holders as well as the people that are mining and authenticating the transactions. Wonderful. All nodes in the network have an opportunity to produce a block, but their chances are proportional to their stake. So if you've got 15,000 Pocket in your node, then somebody has 1.5 million, your chance is a lot less than theirs. Now, the DAO does receive 10% of the block rewards, and that's what kind of keeps the protocol sustaining. They essentially use this to reinvest it into the network. Now, I thought this was funny and I kind of appreciated the humor, so let's go over this really quick. You guys know I'm all about jokes. It was where they were on the website comparing themselves to other services. So this is what they say Pocket Network is versus their competitors. They are for dApps and their competitors are for apps. They are for going viral and their competitors are for going broke. They are for anti-fragility and their competitors are for wishful thinking. They are for treating everyone fairly and their competitors are for getting canceled. They are for privacy and their competitors are for giving your data away. Now, again, I just wanted to touch on that because I thought it was funny how they were kind of trolling their competitors on their website. I just thought that was funny because I'm a jokester, so I like to keep it light. So here's the profitability breakdown. Let's get into that. Spoiler alert, you keep all of your POKT tokens, they are not gone. So POKT is actually its own network, so they can afford to reward their node holders because that's what they put in place from day one. They're not like all these other like fake node projects where they're like, oh, we're going to reward you, but they're rewarding you with the other nodes and they're taking the tokens from the other nodes to pay you. They're not doing this. So this is a legit protocol. Now, the cost of a POKT node is about 15,000 POKT, and they actually tell you to do more like 15,100. At 72 cents per token, that's about $10,800. So it's starting to get into that realm of unaffordability for regular retail investors. Profit per day is about 50 tokens right now. That equates out to about $36 a day. Now, the payoff period for this node would be about 300 days to get all of your tokens back. If the price goes up, we're all dancing, everybody's having a good time, payoff period goes down. If the price goes down, payoff period goes up, everybody's super salty, we eat ramen. So the coin has actually trended downward since inception, so just take that into account whenever you're getting into this project. And I would assume that your payoff period is going to be a little bit longer than the 300 days that I'm quoting because, you know, if the coin's going down and the rewards are going down, think about it. Now, if the average amount of rewards go up, payoff period's better. If the average amount of rewards you're getting per day goes down, obviously, payoff period's worse. The rewards have actually trended downwards lately as well, and they'll probably continue with the more nodes that get hosted. And there's halving of rewards that comes up, so that actually guarantees that they're going to trend down. Now, by this math, you'd get about 122% ROI after about 365 days. Beautiful. Alternatively, if you created a new POKT node whenever you got another 15,000 POKT, your ROI would be about 143% because you compounded. Now, if you can't afford the node, I hear you. There is actually staking available as well. So now, you have to be cognizant of this because there's a certain time that you can send your POKT in. And this is all available on the website. You can send in on Fridays from 10 p.m. Eastern to Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Then you can send in from Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern to Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you send outside of that, you will lose all of your tokens. So please be cognizant of that. Now, you can earn anywhere from like 0.01% all the way up to the highest that I've seen was a 1.94% per day. Now, let's be real, the 1.94% per day was because someone had staked almost a million POKT tokens. So if you're only staking like 5,000, probably gonna be more around that 0.01% per day. It's all proportionate to the amount that you have staked, so it's all part of a pool. So think about it like this. There's a million tokens in this pool. You put in 100,000, you get 10% of whatever it is that reward is that day. Now, POKT does take 5% of the rewards pool as well. So you're probably asking, okay, cool, I can stake, I can make a node. How do I do this? Make sure you set up the POKT wallet app. You cannot host the node without that app and without that wallet. Then you create your Pocket account and make sure that you back everything up. Import your wallet once you've created the account. Buy POKT on Gate.io or MEXC. There's a bunch of different ones you can buy it on. Then transfer it into your wallet. You can either stake or you can run a node. And if you don't have the technical ability to run the node, then you can actually have somebody do that for you for a fee. So you cannot actually stake directly from your wallet. What they're doing is they're pooling the funds and then they're running nodes with those funds, right? So those stake coins have to be tied to a node that is running RPC endpoint requests. So the 15,000 POKT, they actually recommend doing like 15,100. And this is to protect against operational slashes and have a buffer for your POKT node. Now the minimum node staking period is 21 days, so make sure you're in it to win it. And if you don't have the technical ability, again, you can use a service like Blockspaces or Coder, and you can find all that on their website. But that comes with a fee. If you want to run your own node, you can either do it on your own hardware or you can do it on a VPS, but make sure you check the website and see if you have all of the network and, data requirements in order to be able to do that. And if you don't, then get a VPS. I use a VPS like Volter for my Gala node and it works out extremely well. Now right now what they're quoting is 4 CPUs, 8 GB of RAM, and 200 GB of disk space. Now, to become a validator node and get increased rewards, you have to be in the top 1,000 nodes, period. Validator nodes can claim actually 1% of the block reward no matter what, if they submit the block. Now, here's my quick words of caution on this, right? Because I do think this is a good protocol. It's an absolute real node. I'm digging it. I'm smelling what they're stepping in, right? But let's get into the things that I might think are a little bit troublesome. So the price has trended downward since inception. This is due to profit-taking people selling their rewards, etc. Now, the more nodes, the more rewards are paid out to people, and there's only so many blocks that are confirmed per day, and there's only so many tokens that come off of those blocks that are confirmed per day. So it's going to get competitive. And another thing is that most people aren't looking to compound because their initial investment, it's still there. They're not worried about like being a slave to the protocol and pulling their profits out or compounding into new nodes as much because their initial investment is still there. So this would actually be classified in their minds as income. So the rewards have actually trended downward. I'll show you this on the screen right now. We said it once, we'll say it again. The more nodes, the more competitive. Some nodes will have way more POKT than you will. The reward shares will go down the more nodes that come online. Now, the early birds obviously get the best rewards. So is it still early? I don't necessarily think so, not at all. The supply is absolutely inflationary. This could mean that the token actually depreciates in value, which we're seeing on the chart over time, especially when the more people get in are selling their tokens as income because people are relying on this as income, right? Now, when you're transferring into pools and service providers, think about this. Some of them have a certain window that you have to transfer in, and if you transfer outside of that window, you're done. There's no more POKT tokens for you. You got to go buy more and try to transfer them in again. So just think about that. Now, this is a very in-depth node to host. Like, it's a little bit more complicated than hosting like a Gala node or a SRX node or a Flux node. So just be cognizant of that whenever you're doing it. And if you don't feel like you are at the aptitude to do it, then just pay a third-party service provider to do it for you. It would be more beneficial to you in the long run because then you don't have to manage your node. Now, with that, there are costs associated with that, so keep that in mind when you're calculating your ROI. Now, there are also costs if you do it yourself because there's the cost of your computer, your power, blah, blah, blah. Or if you do it with a VPS, there's a cost to that as well. Plus, there's a time value cost to this because you have to maintain the node. If the node goes offline, you got to put it back online. I've actually had to do this quite a few times with Gala. It's kind of frustrating, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, with all that being said, I am honestly not going to be getting into POKT nodes. And it's not because it's not a good protocol. I don't want anyone to take it that way. This is a great protocol. This is a great node to have, but it is a pretty substantial investment in terms of it being almost $10,000, $15,000 at some points whenever the price is fluctuating, right? For a ROI that is going to absolutely trend downward, and that 300-day payoff period, I know for a fact, is going to actually increase because the coin is trending downward. The more nodes that get online, the less there's going to be in terms of rewards paying out per day, and there's halving of rewards. So that guarantees that those rewards are going to go down. So I don't think it's early enough in this project for me to feel comfortable getting into this because I don't think I have enough time to generate some serious income and develop more nodes, right, to protect against that impending, like, happening. So now that you know kind of what my strategy is with this, I do think POKT is a good protocol. I will give them kudos for that. Thank you all so much for showing up to the video. As usual, all the likes, all the subscribers, all of the comments. This is how this project got done because everyone was commenting it in the comments section. So thank you all for showing up to the video. I appreciate all of the support, all of the love. We've been growing at an exponential rate. We started with, 10 subs, like 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, and now we're up to 1600, 1700 subs. I'm loving it. The glow up is real. You're the ones that are making it happen. I appreciate you all. It's very humbling for me. So if you got any value out of this video, make sure you like it, bump it in the algorithm, right? Subscribe and bang on that notification bell. Make sure you comment anything that you're feeling. Let me know about my audio in this video and let me know if it sucks or if it's good. I appreciate everyone interacting with the channel, and I will see you in the next video. And make sure that you pay attention for that 2K subscribers knowledge bomb that I'm dropping because I am ready to drop it. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.